Well, I've got to say, you've got to be one of the most unique individuals in real estate because you actually talk about a subject and you embrace that subject and you love that subject and you're good at that subject. And that's a subject that gives oxygen to your business, yet it is the one topic, it is the one skill set. I mean, let's face it, I actually make a living out of telling people they already know that they should do it, but they don't do it. That's what
Yeah.
I make a living out of, right? I make a living out of the fact that people don't want to do it. Why don't you think people don't want to do it, James?
Well, it's a combination of things. I mean, I think there's an inherent laziness, really, let's face it, with a lot of people, and not just real estate. I think people get, I can't be bothered, or they get tired and worn down. They've done it for a long period of time and they get, as I said earlier, the stitch. I think there's a lot of people that take shortcuts in real estate. There's a lot of people that don't have maybe the financial need. They don't have that determination to keep building on income and keep earning more and more. Some people are happy earning 150, 200,000 a year, maybe 250. Some people are happy doing that. I mean, I wouldn't be in real estate if that's all I was earning. And I don't mean that arrogantly, I just wouldn't be. So that's not enough money for me to be, in my mind, to be successful. But I think it's an incredible combination of things. I mean, I grew up with very little money. Mum and Dad got divorced when I was 10, and I mean, we're okay, but, you know, it wasn't poverty, but it was not really a comfortable existence. And I just said, I'm never going to live like that. So I want to have great holidays, and I want to own a beautiful house and an amazing beach house. And I've got a place up in Noosa with Lucy, my partner. And yeah, there's just things that drive me to be successful. And I guess, you know, the reasons to get out of bed. You know, how often do you hear you've got to have your why? But it's so cliche, but it's true. And different things motivate different people. So, but for me, you know, our managing director has always talked about owning your lifestyle, you know, paying down debt. And I think I've got better and better at that over the years. And the importance of that just gives you freedom and choice with a lot of things in your life.
James, when you're making these calls, what are you hoping you achieve out of the call?
I got a listing last year. I've been in touch with John for 31 years. When I used to ring John, his wife died years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. I wouldn't say there was a warmth about the phone calls, Tom. In fact, if anything, he was a bit brusque with me sometimes. I used to think, God, am I actually getting anywhere with him? But the reason I got that listing was because of that 31 years of contact. Now, the interesting thing about that story is how many times did I appraise that property in 31 years, right?
How many?
None.
Zero.
He never let me in. He never let me in the door. He said, James, I don't need an appraisal because I'm not selling. I love my house. It's, you know, literally was his castle. And then he was scarting down. So to me, that's perseverance. 31 years of contact, never appraised it. And yet I got the listing. And because he bought through another agent, he gave them a chance. But and then he said, look, I felt a bit guilty about not going with the other agent, Judy. I said, how guilty would you feel about me? Like 31 years of contact. I said, John, you would have been beyond embarrassed and beyond, you know, we just had a bit of a joke about it. When people say to me, oh, James, I couldn't sleep at night if I didn't sell through you, I say, well, I couldn't sleep at night either, Tom. So I'm relieved you've said that. So
James, I reckon sometimes I do things, not because I want to, but because I've got this. I did it this morning. I had a coffee somewhere. I don't want to have a coffee, but the guy's just so nice to me all the time, right?
Yep.
And I don't like his coffee, but you do get this a bit of a moral obligation, don't you? Who are you calling and what are you saying? And I'd love you to do a role play. I mean, I know that you do these prospecting exhibitions that agents can come and watch you, you know, do a live prospecting session. And I'd encourage others that are interested to actually take the next step to do that. Can you just role play with me the kind of calls that you do?
Oh no, the video has just ended, but I've got good news for you. If you resonated with this and you want to take the next step and move from just being a sayer to a doer, this is your sign to join the Real Estate Gym, where you can get enormous amounts of content, scripts, dialogues, techniques, processes to help you build an ELF business. Effortless, lucrative, and fun. Press the link right now.
We read motivation to youth only, mentally fit.